Somewhere between silence and sound, between movement and stillness, lives intelligence. And not just any intelligence, but the kind shaped by fire and solitude, not by applause, the kind that lives inside the daily practices of women who do not speak often, but when they do, the room listens. Not because of volume, but because of weight. In the ancient texts, intelligence was never a thing to be shown. It was a way to be lived. And so today, we look not for loud achievements, but for quiet habits. For the steps repeated when no one is watching. For the way a woman walks through her day like it is a path of discipline, not performance. To speak of the habits of highly intelligent women is not to speak of tricks or hacks. It is to speak of cultivation, of inner refinement, of the difference between being clever and being wise. Cleverness may shine in a moment, wisdom endures in a lifetime. A highly intelligent woman knows that what she feeds her mind is what she becomes. She does not eat mental fast food. Her words are chosen like rare herbs in a tea, not to impress but to heal. She studies not to conquer others in argument, but to conquer herself in silence. There is a saying, the archer who shoots for nothing hits everything. These women do not aim for validation. They aim for alignment. They do not chase titles or trophies. Their reward is in the refinement itself, in the calm that comes from knowing they've trained their minds to be still in the storm. You may not notice them at first. They are not always loud, but you will feel them in the way the air changes when they enter a room. Not because they dominate space, but because they don't waste it. Their intelligence is not reactive. It is responsive. They don't rush to speak. They observe. They don't answer to ego. They answer to truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. You see, highly intelligent women do not build from noise. They build from discipline, from the repetition of daily acts, rising early, reading deeply, resting intentionally, protecting their peace like it is sacred, because it is. And they know what you protect reveals what you value. They do not argue to win. They inquire to understand. Their questions are sharper than most answers, and they are not afraid to sit in the unknown. For they understand what is unknown is not always unsafe. It is simply unmastered. Their intelligence is not borrowed from books alone. It is earned through life, through loss, through patience, through relentless clarity. They don't rush to be right. They seek to be real. And in doing so, they often arrive at truth. This path is not glamorous, but it is luminous. Because when you see a woman who moves from this place, from this quiet, disciplined brilliance, you realize intelligence is not a performance. It's a practice. A daily one, a quiet one, a sacred one. Let me know if you'd like the full speech or want to continue from here. Somewhere between silence and sound, between movement and stillness, lies a profound intelligence. This intelligence is not loud or showy. It does not demand attention through noise or flashy displays. Instead, it moves quietly, like a river carving its path through stone over centuries. It is shaped by the moments when no one is watching, by the subtle decisions made in solitude and reflection. It lives within the steady heartbeat of habits practiced day after day, habits that do not seek applause but foster strength and clarity. This kind of intelligence is deeply rooted in presence. It is not distracted by the chaos of the world, but finds its center in calm observation. It listens more than it speaks, absorbing the nuances of life that others might miss. A highly intelligent woman understands that true wisdom grows in these silent spaces, in the pauses between words, in the quiet moments that reveal more than any conversation. She moves with intention, knowing that each small action carries the weight of her values and shapes the woman she becomes. Such intelligence is not measured by rapid-fire answers or the ability to dominate a discussion. It is measured by patience and the ability to hold space for ideas, for emotions, for uncertainty. It is in the willingness to sit with discomfort and question deeply, to look beyond surface appearances and seek the root of things. In this way, intelligence becomes less about accumulating facts and more about cultivating insight. The habits that nurture this intelligence are subtle yet powerful. They begin with discipline, the kind that is not imposed by external forces but chosen freely because it aligns with a higher purpose. It is waking up early to greet the day with mindfulness, not because one must but because the quiet morning offers a moment to center oneself. It is reading not to impress others but to feed the mind with diverse perspectives and challenge preconceived notions. It is resting intentionally, understanding that replenishment is necessary for clarity and creativity, This intelligence also reveals itself in how a woman handles her environment. She protects her peace fiercely, recognizing that a cluttered mind cannot think clearly and a chaotic space cannot foster growth. She sets boundaries not out of rigidity but from self-respect, creating a sanctuary where her thoughts can unfold freely. This ability to protect her inner world is a form of strength often overlooked, but essential for sustained wisdom. Moreover, the intelligent woman knows the power of restraint. She does not rush to fill silence with words. Instead, she lets the moment breathe. In conversations, she asks questions not to corner others but to expand understanding. Her curiosity is genuine, and her openness allows for growth both within herself and in those around her. She values depth over breadth, choosing meaningful exchanges over superficial chatter. Underlying all these habits is a profound self-awareness. The intelligent woman is not defined by others' expectations or accolades. She measures success by her own standards, rooted in authenticity and continuous learning. She embraces vulnerability as a pathway to growth, recognizing that admitting what she does not know is a sign of courage, not weakness. In this way, intelligence becomes a way of being rather than a trophy to be won. It is reflected in the quiet confidence of a woman who has cultivated her mind with patience, discipline, and compassion. She understands that true intelligence is not a fleeting spark but a steady flame, one that burns brighter with each intentional habit practiced in the silence of her daily life. To speak of the habits of highly intelligent women is to speak of cultivation, not just of quick gains or surface achievements. It is a journey that stretches beyond momentary cleverness into the realm of deep, lasting wisdom. While many may confuse intelligence with the ability to respond quickly or to dazzle others with facts, true intelligence lies in the patient and persistent shaping of one's character, mind, and spirit. It is the careful tending of one's inner garden, where thoughts are planted, nurtured, and grown over time, producing fruits that nourish not just oneself but those around. This cultivation is a process, slow and deliberate, much like the growth of a great tree. The tree does not rush its branches to the sky, nor does it insist on immediate grandeur. Instead, it roots itself deeply into the earth, drawing strength from the soil, weathering storms with resilience, and expanding its canopy gradually. Similarly, highly intelligent women invest in the slow work of developing their inner resources. They read widely and thoughtfully, not simply to accumulate information but to expand their perspectives and deepen their understanding. They engage in reflection, carving out time to think critically and honestly about their beliefs and assumptions. Cultivation also means embracing humility. Highly intelligent women recognize that knowledge is not a static possession, but an ever-evolving pursuit. They welcome the discomfort of not knowing, understanding that it is within this space of uncertainty that true growth occurs. They resist the temptation to appear infallible or to claim quick answers. Instead, they allow themselves the vulnerability of inquiry and the patience required for mastery. This humility is not weakness but strength, a quiet confidence that admits when there is more to learn and that values the journey as much as the destination. Another essential aspect of this cultivation is self-discipline. Highly intelligent women do not rely solely on bursts of inspiration or fleeting motivation. They build habits grounded in consistency and intentionality. This might look like setting aside time each day for reading, journaling, or meditating, acts that may seem small but accumulate profound impact over months and years. Discipline in this sense is not rigid control but a gentle commitment to oneself, a promise to nurture the mind with care and respect. Such women also cultivate emotional intelligence, understanding that intellect is inseparable from the heart. They practice empathy, listening deeply to others without immediate judgment, and seek to understand the feelings beneath the words. They regulate their emotions, choosing responses over reactions, knowing that emotional balance enhances clarity of thought and decision-making. This emotional